Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kosch, and I'm the CEO of Worldprofit. 26 plus years and still going strong. Thanks to all of you folks coming in and purchasing our hosting and affiliate training and all of that good stuff. We are very, very happy to say that we have a new product launch today. But first off, happy Thanksgiving to our American friends. We in Canada, when did we have ours? It was around usually the end of October. But we know you guys have it usually last week of November. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And without further ado, let's talk about the day and what we're going to cover and all of that good stuff. Today is a great day for us at Worldprofit because we're going to announce a really cool new system. Let's call it that for now. Anyways, a bit about me. My background is I was sort of brought up in the military after high school. I went to military college, got a degree in math, physics. I didn't like computers because they were mainframes and things like that. But I sort of thought programming was fun, but it wasn't web programming or anything. It was a little different than that. So long story short, I didn't really like programming or computers back in university. I got out, I became a pilot, became a jet instructor pilot in Saskatchewan, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, for a number of years. And I got out early. After 10 years, I didn't do the 20 or 30 years because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, wanted to just try something different. I always had airline pilot. I could have walked into Air Canada or any of those places and had a great job. So it wasn't like a huge, I'm going to quit and start over from scratch. I had that in my, back pocket. So now I'm teaching people how to do affiliate marketing, and I'm a programmer. I've been programming for 25 years, and it's been fantastic. The way to get started in the program, and again, before I continue, these workshops are informal. So if you have a question, put it up in the chat. Everybody can see what you're putting in there so they can read the question, and I can guarantee you if you're starting out, a lot of people are probably asking that same question, right? So don't worry about that. Just go ahead and fire it out, and I'll do the best I can. Lesson 3 is your key. Get to it. Lesson 3 is very important because that's, let's face it, lesson 1 just says to go to lesson 2. And it's really just to make sure you're logged in and that you're in the right member area. Sometimes people get stuck in the associate area, or they might have signed up on a landing page for some reason, and then they're kind of stuck in there. So if that is you, just log out using the link and then log back in. Again, the whole purpose for just getting you to advance to lesson 3. You can see a video on the top menu. Again, I get these emails in through support all the time. I watch the video 3 times and I don't know what to do. And I always say, the first thing to do is sign up for Hercules or state-of-the-art mailer. That's kind of like all you need to do. I had one guy who's stuck on signing up for Hercules. He doesn't remember what email he used and all this stuff. And I said, well, did you write it down? I haven't had a reply. You got to write these things down on paper. Just because you've got to when you start, right? Because there's a lot of stuff going on, I know, but paper is your friend. Certain things are never going to go away, okay? And Heather says, Silver member, is there a chance to add the Amazon feature? Sure there is, yeah, of course. Yeah, you can do that in the Amazon Store Builder, which is under Website Management. Anyways, back to lesson 3, do the video. You have to do the video. You've got to go in and actually carry out the actions that are in there, or you're just watching air, right? You're not doing it, so you have to do that. And the bonuses are on that lesson too, but the bonuses won't do you any good unless you're actually doing the training and going through the training, okay? And yeah, Heather, Sandy is also saying there's no charge for setting up Amazon. Amazon stores are great because Amazon does all the work for you. What would we do without Amazon? I mean, especially now. Support 7 days a week. Don't hesitate to use it. And oh, this was so funny. I'm not going to show this to you, but it's you got to see this. It's just hilarious. I get a text message from someone, and you know, you can't read that, but let me see what it looks like. So that's my phone, and the text came in. Well, it was a phone call from a member, and she said, I filled out a support ticket, and I said, oh, sure you did, right? Yeah. So she sent me her details, and I looked it up, and yeah, she filled out 3 support tickets. She bought a traffic package, and I answered her each time because she said, where's the traffic from? What's this? And I have a big long letter that explains everything, my sources, how I track it, all that. She said, well, I didn't get any of those. She was using Outlook. Do you see this right here? Use Gmail. Hotmail is Outlook now, right? It's Microsoft. Useless. Absolutely useless. Number 1 useless email ever in the history of Earth, Yahoo. For business. If you say, oh, but George, I get all my email. I'm sure you do. From mom and pop, and your neighbor's dog can email you on Yahoo. That's fine. Yahoo loves useless, trivial emails. They block business email. They always have and they always will. Gmail does not do that. Okay, so get Gmail. I told her that. I sent her a note saying, you got to get a Gmail account, man, because you just wasted. It was a month. She thought I hadn't answered her. So there you go. Enough with that one. That was kind of funny. Actually, I always like a chuckle. I had to find this out, right? I had to text her back. I said, what's going on? When somebody does that, they're serious, right? So she missed her email. Oh well. Ad tracker on the top menu will help you verify that you're posting to Hercules state-of-the-art mailer. The mailings are actually getting clicks. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't expect clicks. What it means is that you've gone through and done the first steps of the video, which are to take a ad example and send it to a safe list. Okay, so that's important. That way you know you're doing it right. You need to also understand that the Live Business Center and the monitors are there to close sales for you, meaning when you're bringing associates in, they're in there all day, every day, in video and in chat. And they're there to help new associates find their way around. The Live Business Center works for anyone with a browser. Okay, so it's really cool. And the monitors are there. They're members of Worldprofit. They're not, paid actors or something that go in and say, "You've got to buy this. It's the best." They're members. They volunteer their time. Okay. The Link Manager and Link Magic are awesome tools. Look them up. They're under that little, here, I'll just go there and show you. They're under here. I use this advanced menu on the right to find everything that I need. All right, so you can find the Link Manager and Link Magic there. Very useful just to speed up the process of promotion and make it easier for you. Okay, so Yvonne says, George, I'm having trouble with the promo codes. So don't send verification codes. There are no verification codes that get sent with promo codes. Never heard of that. Like I actually I reprogrammed all of our sites. I don't remember sending, verification emails. You have to use Gmail and you have to whitelist. You can go to Google and type in whitelist Gmail, and then you'll find out how you can open your email to receive. That's why I like Gmail. Very easy to do. You create a filter and then go. And if you don't know how to do that, I have a video I did. Just fill out a support ticket and I'll send it to you. Again, critical that you write down the emails that you use and things like that. Okay, so let's talk about the meeting center. This is, I think I created the first meeting center in about 2005. Called it the Live Meeting Center, and it was done with the technology from a company called Adobe. They do PDF. Have you ever heard of PDF? You know those, they're like letters that have been universally accepted. They're called PDF files. Well, Adobe back then created something called Flash, and it was great because you could have video, audio, chat, no, you name it. It was really, really cool. It was super expensive to set up, and the programming would have been through the roof, but I did the programming for it, along with our designers who created the sort of the box, you know, the videos and all that. It was probably took over 2 to 3 years to develop, and then another probably 5 years to kind of finesse. And it was great. Back then everybody had what was called a Flash plugin that was in their browser, and they came and they could talk, and our live business center was powered by it for 12 years-ish, maybe 15. Well, about, I would say about 12, 13 years we had it. The problem is that Flash became a target of, it's not safe, it's not, you know, it just wasn't it wasn't secure. So they got rid of it, and it's officially gone next month. That's it. Won't be in any browsers. You probably have a little thing saying remove Flash, and you go, yeah, you should. There's no point in having it. It's gone. But what came in place was technology called WebRTC, and I'm not going to bore you with the details of it, but what I really liked about it was built in the browser. And as we know, Google and Microsoft, which finally buckled under the power of Google, has embraced Chrome as their browser too. So in other words, you've got Google Chrome, Microsoft Chrome, or Edge, they call it Edge Chrome. And of course there's Firefox still, which is a great browser. There's also other ones too, you know, Brave and Opera and all those. But WebRTC, this technology, doesn't have plugins or anything. You just go to the site and there's a video there. What I decided to do was listen to everybody. They said, can you bring the meeting center back? And I resisted it because it's expensive. You have to pay for it. In other words, we can't just lump it in and say, here you go. We kind of paid for a license and it works forever and all that. So what we do is we have a charge for it. But let me take you through it and show you all about it, where to find it, and what it looks like, because everybody always wants to see what it looks like. So in your member area, you can find it under a couple of places on the left menu. It was kind of nice to revive this webcast services meeting center. And it will take you to a page that won't have this on it. It'll just say, do you want to buy it? It's $97. Which covers your year, and it's sort of a setup fee first year just to get it going. We've had a ton of orders, so if you're wondering, did they get my order? We got your order. I'll be setting them up over the weekend. I do want to do a couple of little tweaks to it just to make it a little bit better, and these are very, very minor. But I'm going to show you some of the stuff here that, by the way, you will see, I called it an introduction and a help video. And it's pretty cool because it takes you through some of the stuff. But before anything, what I like about it, the way I designed my software, is I want to keep it as simple as possible. Meaning, for example, somebody says, I want to sign up for Worldprofit. Right? All you do is you send them to one of the landing pages. There you go. It's free. Sign up. They come in under you. You're done. You can find them under the ad examples. It's like the first lesson, you know, how, you know, and then even here, if you get lost, promo links right there on that left menu. Okay. So I like things to be as easy as possible. So the guest registration, you make this up. You actually type this in. And for those of you who have used the landing page builder, you know what I mean. You just type in the directory, hit enter, it creates it instantly. All right, and that's what this does. It just creates it and it's there. Okay, so actually, you know what? I can take you through. I won't bother rebuilding it. Anyways, you can delete the meeting center, but none of these settings here will go away. Once you recreate it, you can recreate it under a different, instead of George's room, it could be under whatever you want it to be. Okay, you only get one, of course, but you can change it if you really want. All right, so when you do go there, it just looks like this. There's different modes that you can run it in. You could have it full screen, which looks like this. So say I just want to go full width. And of course, this will adapt to whatever size the person's browser is, right? So if they have a big browser, like I have a monster computer here, right? It'd be a huge screen, and it'll do this. I know what you're thinking right now is, this looks like the live meeting center. Well, it is pretty much. But it's yours. So it shows up on your site. Okay, so this is yours. There's no software to load. So I can't come up as a speaker in the video because I'm using my camera right now to broadcast. But on my other computer over here, which you can't see, I can go in and log in as the owner. So I'm just going to do that now. 6. There is a 3-letter number CAPTCHA just to keep people from coming in there all the time. So as you can see, there I am. Hello everyone. I'm on this computer right now, and you can see. So I'm going to be on an angle when you see me. So anyways, this is how the whole system works. Is people can come in and they can say hi, and you can type back on the other computer. Same as the Live Business Center. Okay, so there's no difference, and it's very simple. There's not a lot here to do for the customer, right? The customer comes in, they don't have to do anything. And to log in, if somebody wants to log in, all they have to do is type in their name and their email. They don't have a password, nothing like that. The system will email them a welcome letter with their ID and their email. That's all they need to get back in. Okay, so it's very simple, very straightforward. Your login is up here. And you can administrate your registrants, like people who are coming in and register, they're here. So in future, I'm going to build an emailer. Okay, and yeah, Linda, you can take a guest, such as this guest, and turn them into a speaker. And once you save that, it will create a URL for them to log in right here as a speaker, so they could come in. The only issue with this is you have to go back here and you have to set it to 2 speakers. So it'll allow a second one in, but those 2 steps. All I can say is be careful to, it's fine to have 2 speakers. They can come in. Just be careful with who you let in and stuff like that, because you want to make sure that they're coming in and they know how to use a camera and stuff. But if you wanted to train someone, Linda, you could use it as a training area. No problem. Okay? So that's there for you. You can use it all you want. Okay? And you folks can come here if you want. All you have to do is go to this URL right here, and you can come in right now if you want. All you have to do is register. It should let you right in. You just put your name. And don't worry, I'll delete all of you from my registrants, because I'm not going to email you or anything. I'm not going to be doing any of that. There is a link manager too, so that you can have links show up. I turned that one off. So, oh, it's not updating. That's fine. The usual. Let me go over here. I don't think, yeah, there you go. So do you see it says George's Place? That was my link there in the here. So this should say active. It doesn't, but I'll fix it. Okay, you can order them. You can put as many links as you want. You can hide them and make them inactive if you want, if that's a word. These can be very handy for slide packs. Like say that you're going to have, there's no limit, Dan. You can have as many as you want. I'm not putting a limit on it. But you don't want to put something like this in a traffic exchange or anything, because you should be in here, right? People will come in here and go, what is this? So it's really for meetings. right? You say, I'm going to have a meeting at such and such a time and I'll be there, and then they come in as guests. So the special links, whatever you want to call this to, you can. Right down in here, if I go back to the main page here, it's way at the bottom. Okay, special links. It could be George's links or whatever you want to call them. So I wanted to take you through some of the cool things in here, like welcome to our meeting center. This is the center, this is the header text that you see. Do you see it says welcome to our live meeting center? Use the chat area below. You can make changes to that all you want. You can, whatever you want to say in there. You can change the fonts. There's hundreds of fonts. You can go through this all day. Holistic. That one looks okay. And you can increase the font sizes and stuff, and it shows up pretty good. You can change the size. You'll notice that it expands a bit, which I do in the video. I explain to people that if you want to sort of expand this out, you could just put a bigger heading up here. You should have something in there. You got to tell people what they're doing. Okay, and then you can also change the height of it. So you see if people come in and this actually is a nice height for me. I don't mind this, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But you could change it. You can set it to 800, which will make it a lot longer. So when people come in, it's longer if you have more participants or something. I wouldn't make it that long though. I keep it kind of short. So there's Will Taylor in there. Hi, Will. And so I can type in, from here. I'm going to fix this little green thing. You see that, how that's green? That should be blue. See, so little things like this, and I just like, so, and then I can say, hi, Will, from the speaker, right? Because he's in green and blue and all those colors. Yeah, Brian, I got it. You're number one on the list. The only person that has it is Linda Elsie. Linda has it. So I'm using her as a tester. So getting back to the settings, I like to have it, say 500 seems like a good even number for me. Okay, so there you go. So of course it adapts and adjusts. You have no limit to the links you can have down here. Okay, so you have as many as you want. Other things that you can change, again, you could go to the larger width, which will give you a much bigger video. So if I was to do this and I increase this one too, you can see it's very powerful now because it's huge, right? Look at the video size, all kinds of stuff come in here. Okay, these little, I put these as placeholders here. I might change, so you can change colors. I don't know, I haven't decided on that yet, but for now they're there just for a spacer. The owner, your picture will show up if you have a profile picture in Worldprofit. And if you and all of your guests, there's no way to get their pictures, so they just come in as dots. All right. So this is, larger, expanded screen. Okay, so I kind of like the smaller screen myself, but it's up to you. You can go full width, or I call it small width in there. Okay, so go back to there again, and there. Let me see what else we can do. We can change the header box color. If you like a nice blue, you can go up here, and it goes blue. So you can see that top. The fun stuff is next. It's the stuff like the login page header graphic. And you haven't seen the login page unless you go to that George's room there. And you can put one in here. I'm going to have a link in here to go to the header graphics creator. Okay, so if I grab another tab here and I say, let's go to the graphics builder. So say I wanted to go to, I'm just going to go to my gallery real quick here. And as you know, you can create a new graphic and have it say whatever you want to people to welcome them to, your guests, because your guests will see this. And I had this ugly one up here. Oh, that's terrible. Let me see if I can find, you can do anything you want. You can do a Thanksgiving one. say you're having a meeting and you say, I want a new graphic for Thanksgiving. Go in here and make it, I don't know, 700 by 400? No, 300. Okay, so you create it. And since it's Thanksgiving, you might be having a Thanksgiving meeting. So you go in here and just type in Thanksgiving. And the system will pull up some really good ones. Depends if you want everybody to be hungry. You can do some pies or pumpkins. Pumpkins are kind of neat. So there you go. And then you could type in, you would do your text, and just, you can grab any of the text because you can change them up here. And you can do something like, thanks by George, sort of thing. And you can, you know, expand these out here, and here. Thanks by George. I think you can probably expand this a bit here. And there. So kind of center it a bit. And you can change, again, like I said, you can change all the colors and stuff, make them any color you want. Right? And bold. Totally up to you. But the best part is, and this is what I like, is you can call this MC1, whatever you want to call it, and then save it. All right. And then here this is the easy part. All you have to do is you scroll down to where you created the graphic, and thanks by George, and you can copy it. Copy the URL, and then you go back in here to your settings, and you just paste it in. Okay, and that will show up on the sign up page. Okay, so should this person log out, they would go, I'll just go back here manually, just to the, you know, to the registration page, and thanks by George. So sort of welcomes everybody into the meeting center, and you can see this use the chat below. I will fix that. It shouldn't say that. It should just say whatever that shorter title is. So I'm going to mix that up. All right, and so for people, if you're new, you register here, name, email, or you can go into the registrants area and you can set somebody up. So you can go into registrants admin, and you could add somebody if you wanted. So you could just say add them. You know, Billy Boy, email, guest. You don't need a password. Save, and then you can send them a login. Say they get confused or something and they're not quite sure. You can do that. All right? Which is kind of cool. So that's fun, you know, putting that in. And then there's a Meeting Center right logo. This left logo we put in automatically. I just created that quickly, and that shows up on that top menu there. So if I go back to here and I log in again as myself, say that I go here and I say I want to log in, and 5TE. Oh, let me try that again. 5TE. I guess I did that wrong, didn't I? Let's try again. Oops. Go in there. 6, I think that says 6R9. It's dark in my office right here, so it's hard to see the keyboard. Yeah, it's probably just not letting me in because I logged out. That's okay. So you're getting the idea here, right? You can change these things. Bright logo, wrapper colors and things. Background image is really cool. You can change this with a click of your mouse. So whatever background you want can change. And you pick one and you can change them all you want. They'll set you up. Okay. And Kevin Brown, landing page 38. No, because people have to own the meeting center, that's all. And I don't want to overcomplicate the whole thing, you know. Like this will be enough. It's going to be a bit challenging. You can also reset your meeting center here. See where it says reset meeting center? anytime you want, and it'll reset it to the settings you got when it was set up. So if you kind of get all mixed up and you're not sure what's where and this goes there and whatever, all you got to do is just hit this reset meeting center, or of course delete the meeting center, and then you can start over again with a new one. But it'll keep all of your current settings in there. It won't get rid of them. Okay? Are there any questions about that? And no, Brian, no buttons. You'll just have to use JITbit or something like that. That's a little too complex. Too complicated. I highly recommend you use JITbit. There's so many of those programs available now. And yeah, the last time I did that, it caused so many problems. People were getting their buttons mixed up and everything. I've had 10 years of experience with this one, so I'm going to keep it really, really simple. The best part though, honestly, you just send people to your link and say, come on in on such and such a day or a time, and I'll be there. Okay? You can use verbal. Do you want to know my little trick to doing verbal? I have a program up here, and you're going to love this one. I don't want to use it, but it's called voice-in-voice typing. Remember that, voice-in-voice typing. And it works in Chrome, and it's awesome. I'm not going to do it now because it'll take my microphone over, but if you click this, and anywhere your mouse is, it will dictate whatever you're saying. It's really, really neat. Absolutely an incredible thing. And it's called voice-in-voice typing. I love it. It's free, costs nothing, and it uses Google. Yeah, it's completely free. Honestly, you can use it. I could probably use it on my other computer right here. Not quite sure why I'm not able to log in for one of these here. Let me try this one. I bet you I probably deleted myself. Let me see, 8WH. I'm quite sure. This is a test room. Okay, so if I go to my other computer here, and I'll turn this on. One sec here. Okay, start typing what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't work. Let me see here. There we go. No cursor. Here's the cursor. Oh, I know. So there it is. So there I was just talking. It went in as no cursor. Here's the cursor. Here, let me try this again. What? Here's another test of the system. Yeah, it can't hear me very well because I'm sitting here talking in the other microphone. Yeah, see, so I gotta turn off. You gotta remember to click on it and stop it, or it'll keep typing. But it's totally free, and it really does work great. It's hard when you have 7 computers around you, and you got this and that one, and you're recording, and you're trying to show somebody that something works, and it's really easy, and you're like, what? So. It is cool. Watch, I'll do it one more time. Here is a test of my microphone. There we go. You see? It's called voice-in-voice, just like Sandy typed. And it is, honestly, it works in the editor too. So if you're in the editor, it works. If you're in the Live Business Center, the only problem with the Live Business Center is if you're on, you don't want to use it because I think it would take your microphone away. And then I'm not sure about that. Anyways, it is really cool. So are there any questions about this? I know there's a million settings, like colors and all that, but you don't have to worry about any of those things. All you have to do is remember to log in as a speaker when people are coming in. And you can sit in there and you can have little meetings and things with them. Say that you have sponsored somebody into Worldprofit or another program that you're in. And you say, hey, I can help you. You can Skype them and say, just come to this link. what I really like about it is the fact that when you use these other programs like Zoom, like I tried to get my buddy, a friend that I golf with, and he's got a Mac computer, and he just couldn't get Zoom to work, right? He's like, oh, I clicked on this, George, and it warning came up, and you know they always have a warning, right? No, you better not touch this, and you better not do whatever. So I said, okay. So I built quickly a mini live business center, and I sent him the link. He was in. He says, oh, this is easy. This worked, yeah. And he's on his phone, right? He's talking to me. And I said, yeah. He's 83 years old, and he doesn't know anything about computers, and he doesn't want to know anything about computers. But when I gave him a link, and he went to it, he came up on video, because that's what it says. Would you like to come up on video? And he said, yeah. And then we're both on video. That's why this works really well. Google Meeting, the other person has to be in Google, you know, all that stuff. Skype's almost worse because, oh, I don't have a Skype account. What's Skype? The one thing that's universal is a link. If you send somebody a link, they get the link, right? Here's the link. Everybody in the world knows what a link is. Do you know what a phone number is? Yep. You know what a link is? Yeah. So that's what I like about it. Now, there's no problem with using Google Meetings or Zoom or anything like that, but the only issue with it is you got to load software, and that can be a pain. Okay, so that's my selling point for this is it's easy, it's cheap. The other thing that I really like about this, and this is my favorite thing, is it is on your website, right? Yeah, Brian, background away. Let's do that. Let's do a Christmas background. Let's just do it. Okay, background gallery. Let's do Christmas. Okay, I think there's holiday here. What you want to do with Christmas is have it like something like this where you see it on the left and the right because the meeting center is here. You know what I'm saying? So this one would probably work out good, I think. So let's see what that one looks like. And again, you don't have to save it. You just hit refresh. So there, you see? Isn't that nice? That's one of my favorites already. That looks cool. And then you could make this one a darker green if you wanted. Now, remember, I'm not a designer, so we start with that. So we can make that green for the top part, and then the background, see this green here? This is the one. And this is how I knew which one to click on, because I just looked for the color. Make it maybe more of a green, and then update. Let's see what it looks like. So you go, you know, a little greener, right? And there you go. Yeah, we have a lot of them. We're going to load some more too, Brian. We're going to load more in there. So there you go. There's my green. Over here to the right, you can put Merry Christmas, or you can put that over here too. You could say Merry Christmas. You know, and you can also do it when people log out. You know, when they come to the George's room, it can be the same. They'll see this background. That's what I'm trying to say. The background shows up everywhere. Okay, so it goes through the whole site. That's something, isn't it? Fun. Gotta be fun. So I've used up a bit of time, but I wanted to talk about expanding your marketing efforts. This is really important to understand, is that you don't have to be limited to safeless and traffic exchanges. You can go to Facebook, Instagram, and the other safeless. Big thing I wanted to point out to you is the PLR Product Vault allows you to give away things to generate leads for Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so when you go to the PLR Product Vault, which is over here, which again, you can use these images in Instagram too. It's pretty straightforward, right? You've got the link right there. Okay, and no, Mary, there's no limit. No limit at all. Okay, so again, you can go into the PLR Product Vault under freebies here, and you can instantly create a squeeze page. And with that squeeze page, you can send that to Facebook and say, get this for free. You can send it to your Instagram followers. It's not that hard to do, because this will create a link for you to use. You see, there goes that word again, link. When you go to Facebook and you post something and you put a link to it, it grabs the image and everything that you have. Okay? And yeah, just as another reminder about the meeting centers, they're going to be set up, a couple today. As you can see, I've just got a few things that I want to make sure are perfect, and go from there. So here I need a laugh. I always like to laugh. This is a funny one. This is a word that you should be aware of. It's called ClickBait Reviews. It's two words actually, ClickBait Reviews. And I wanted to show this to you on a diagram because it's a lot easier to explain if I draw it out for you. The strategy here is Google and Microsoft Bing and Yahoo will always put negative before positive. That's just a sort of a rule, right? You know, when you look up news, it's always the bad comes first. Well, in some cases, you can find companies that are quite good, or products like at ClickBank, for example, JVZoo, that are very popular products. So what a lot of people will do, and this is a big strategy, is they will create a review. Okay? And the review is slanted to the negative about a popular product. And they'll be very professional. They use templates to do this. They don't create the review page. They just fill in the blanks. So the review would say, you know, put the title in here, put in a slight intro, you know, and then explain the positive, the pros. They always have the pros and the cons. And remember, this is just a template. They just fill it out. Or better yet, they have a program that will pre-fill it for them with the name of that review product specially placed for Google and for Yahoo. Okay, you gotta really pay attention to this because it's super important. They don't actually write a review. They will put in some seed, they're called seed paragraphs or seed lines. And the program will automatically fill out the review. And of course over here, they're going to have their programs listed. In other words, they're establishing themselves as an expert because they're reviewing. They've probably never used the product, that kind of thing. They can also steal content from YouTube and fabricate it into their review. So they will always point out over here or over here, join my list. Here are my products. And they might have some banners here where people are paying money to put banners on their review site. Okay? Why do they do this? To get you to go there and click. Right? Everybody's seen the famous Facebook ad that somebody put up. It was clickbait. It said, so-and-so is dead. Right? Oh, really? You click on it, clickbait. Right? You're suckered into it. Same thing with this. They'll say, such and such a product is terrible. You know, here's why. And they've got a YouTube video. So they also use not only review sites, they'll go in and produce a video on YouTube. And on that video, you'll see little floaters, like every now and then you've seen these, they show up. Click here for my stuff. And over here, there might be a little blip up here that says, get on my list. So they're trying to build a list, but they're doing it through negative reviews of solid companies. All right? So that's called clickbait. And you got to be aware of it. Okay? Because that's what they're all doing, is they're trying to get you on their list. And it's like a fear list, right? And they become the person that's going to guide you to the right thing. And they never really have anything, because these things over here, you see that little circle? These can change anytime they want. And yes, it's completely legal. Everybody has the right to an opinion. But what I'm saying about this is it's very crafty, very sneaky, right? And we saw that back. Do you remember the Flintstones? Did anybody ever watch the Flintstones? Where Fred had a pool party. Remember Fred and Barney? You got to see this one. This is the first one of Is It Legal? So Fred has a swimming pool, right? This is Fred. And to get to the swimming pool, you come through and you go to the swimming pool. And Fred is offering free sandwiches and stuff. Well, Barney just happened to park his car here. And so he was handing out vote for me. Remember, they were trying to become the mayor of Bedrock? And Barney was just standing there handing them out things saying, hey, thanks for showing up, vote for me. So he's just standing there. Well, is it legal to stand there? Yeah, of course it is. So this was an early form of what I just explained. This is just a bottom dwelling type thing to do. So anyways, I told the person that asked me this question today, because it was a YouTube video of a ClickBank product. And I didn't even take 2 seconds. I clicked on it. I went, oh boy, here's another one. So I said to them I would talk about this, because it is a secret way to generate traffic, but for people that are knuckleheads, failures, losers, okay? That's who uses that tactic. Real, legitimate, true reviews are on the Better Business Bureau. Trustpilot's pretty good, right? Because they vet a little bit. But you want to go to a place where the review doesn't suddenly have a link to their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually a review. They say, yeah, I like this, or I don't like it. Amazon has reviews. Okay, you go there, it's from a person who actually bought the product, right? Because Amazon tracks that. And then you put up a review, and if it's a bad one, no problem. You don't say, oh, this is a bad one, you should buy mine, you know, that kind of thing. So remember how to get your bonuses. It's important. You should remember how to get your bonuses. Read lesson 3 carefully. That'll get you on. I saw this saying that I thought I would pass on to all of you. And this is so true. I work 100 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours for someone else. That goes back to my introduction. I love what I did. I really did. And I didn't know that becoming an entrepreneur would involve 100 hours a week, and it did. And it was for very little pay at first, believe me. It was for no pay. Sandy and I wrote a book, and we paid $5,000 to have it bound. And we got the boxes of books, and we sold them. We never made a nickel. We lost $4,800 on the deal because we didn't realize that it took 1,000 hours to do the book, another 100 hours to get it bound, and hundreds more hours putting it into those little mailing, like you had to mail the book out, right? For $6, some guy orders a book, right? Because we thought, well, the lower the price, the more we'll sell. No, that didn't work. But the bottom line is, be prepared to work hard as an entrepreneur, but you're working for yourself. Always say that. You're working for yourself. Yeah, and Mary, you're so right about that. They promised the beach and everything like that, and yeah, they always. What I would also like to say here under the ClickBank thing, ClickBait Reviews, something very important to understand is that, yeah, this stuff, it's difficult to do this stuff, but you're working for yourself. All right? And if you go to a site, okay, this is something that's important, and you go to the website and they have a product here, and this is just my opinion. Here's the product. And there's the write-up. And when they flash you the money, this is, look at these pictures of money. Money, 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 money. And that's kind of the lead. Run, man, run away. It's a waste of time. You're wasting your time. If they don't talk about money and they tell you how the product is going to generate leads, and they tell you where to get those leads from using such a product, well, then I think you've got a winner. There aren't many, but that's, you know, because if you build a list and you have things to sell to that list, it'll work out really good, right? So that's my take on that. Yeah, and Dave Johnson, it's true, like when Dave came to us, he didn't think that it was going to work, I don't remember. But if you just persevere and put in those hours of promotion and just keep at it, it will turn into something. You're going to sign people up, but I got to tell you folks, I had a guy send me the usual letter, and I went to his ad tracker, and it was thousands and thousands of clicks, but it wasn't from legitimate site. It was just feeding them like bogus clicks. Now, if that happens, does it cost you anything? Well, if you spent $5 on it, whatever. So what? You wasted $5-10. But that's all he was doing, right? So I said, you got to go back to the thing called work. You've got to sign up for Herculist. You have to send out the ad examples. You have to sign up for state-of-the-art mailer. You have to send out the ads. And if you don't want to do that, you're really not going to be successful. You've got to put the time and the work and the effort into it, or it won't work, no matter what you do. Okay? Platinum VIP, Easter, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have incredible deals on right now. If you're a silver member, or you're a platinum and you want to renew for a few years, if you want to renew your silver, if you want to renew, but it's prepaid for a year. It saves you 60% on paying monthly. If you're interested, contact support. Sandy Hunter, our president, will get you, give it a day at least, and she'll get you a quote, because we're flooded right now with people coming in. Okay? It includes 40% commissions. You get the graphics studio, which I showed you, autoresponder, and I know you're going to ask, does it include the meeting center? No, it doesn't. That we're never going to have any better deal than you're getting right now on the meeting center. The price, you'll see it says regular $127. That's probably going to be what the price is. So if you're interested in the meeting center, now is the time to grab it. Autoresponder, Superstore, Sales Manager. There's an advanced ad tracker and more traffic injections, contact support. If you are a silver member, you will see a button or a link. Let me see if I can get this up here. I'll just move this over real quick here. I'm going to see if I can log in as my silver member. Just to show you the button, you will see. I think it's here, yeah. So if you're a silver member, I better turn this off here. Sorry, Earl. Turn them off. It's right here. It says Platinum Upgrade, and it will take you and tell you what you get. You could just submit that. But remember, we're going to give you a quote for a year, prepaid for 1 year. All right? Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm at a relief point because I'm done the meeting center, well, except for a few little things. The meeting center took quite a bit of effort. And I'm still waiting for an interview from the company. It's called Vonage. I use some of their services, well, all of their services, to power the video and the chat. All right? So for Heather, I'd suggest you just put in a support ticket and I'll take a look for you. But yeah, if you're signing up 1 to 3 associates a week, that's not bad. But yeah, you definitely want to follow up with them. Heather, one place you can go, if you're watching Heather, is you'll see it. It's under Who's Logged In, under the advanced menu here. See this one that says Who's Logged In? This is a way of tracking your active associates, the ones that are actually logging in and doing something. You can click on View All Activity here. And these are all fake, so don't worry about these ones. It'll tell you their last login, and if they've, I should change this. I'm going to change this from attended webcast to watch silver, watch the presentation under Who's Logged In. Like I said, this is an informal workshop, so I actually do write things down. Logged in, change to webcast. I'll remember that. Okay, and then you can follow up with these people because they're in, if you click on them, you'll see them in your prospect manager and you can follow up with them. Okay. Mary, I've gotten Postbox to work with everything. I haven't had a problem with any of them at all. So they do work. I don't know why you're having problems. You can manually add email accounts to Postbox. I have Yahoo in there, Hotmail for years. I've got the email that we use for Worldprofit. I'd pull it up, but it's just, I've shown you this a few times. So fill out a support ticket if you want, but I can guarantee you if you manually add them, you shouldn't have a problem. But for Yahoo and Hotmail, you can just add those in. They should automatically work. I haven't had a single problem with Postbox, ever, for any email. I haven't had any email problems at all. Yeah, Bobby Joe. So, Mary, it does work. You can do a support ticket with Postbox and they should help you. Probably more than I can. But I have never ever had a problem with any email working in Postbox. Not one, ever. They'll work. I'm going to sign off. If you're interested in the meeting center, grab it now while it's cheap. And I'll be doing the setups and everything over the weekend. So everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe and take care. Thanks.